What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, but we're back here on Madden 25 here with another offseason / free agency rebuild. And today we're talking about the Los Angeles Chargers, who of course had a pretty decent offseason for the most part. But let's go ahead and talk about what they've done. Let's jump in and start our first Madden rebuild of the week with the Chargers, like I said. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells about 85% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So you do fall in the 80%, want to change that, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, quick update. This might be the last free agency rebuild that I do, honestly. They're really kind of a pain in the ass to set up at this point, and I usually end up forgetting somebody anyway. And of course, once the draft is over, we're going to be doing all 32 teams in a new look style rebuild series. So I might just wait on the rest until later this month when or I guess we're not quite in April as you're seeing this, but obviously later in April where we can finally start doing these new look rebuilds with the completed rosters that, that we are hoping to see, or that we're probably going to see going into the season after the draft. That's basically kind of where the offseason wraps up. Of course, there's a few other things that happen after that, but that's my plan. So I think I might be doing something else until the draft happens because these are really annoying to set up and I'm sick of it. I really wish Madden made it easier to set these up. But let's just talk about let's talk about the Chargers have done. So of course, Najee Harris has been brought in. They brought Mike Williams back to the Chargers. They brought Mekhi Becton in, Andre James, Tyler Conklin as well. So like I said, there's been quite a few interesting moves for them. And defensively, they obviously brought back Khalil Mack. They cut Joey Bosa. And then it looks like Tart didn't sign with us. They got Benjamin St-Juste, Dante Jackson. They re-signed Tart, but it looked like he didn't end up signing with us, so I'm going to have to probably trade for him as well. That's just, kind of goes to show you the part of trying to set these up. You can't always get it to go your way, basically. So, and then you have to move everybody to punter and trade day 3 picks for everything. It's just annoying. It's an annoying process. If there was like trade override, and you could use her like every single team, it'd make things a lot easier, but you just can't, unfortunately, in Madden. I really wish that was the future one day. It just isn't. So Tart, you know what? He's just not gonna be the video. I'm not even gonna worry about it. So we're already in the draft, so let's just go ahead and jump in and draft. So obviously the biggest weakness by far is our D-line at this current moment. It's really bad. So we have still St-Juste who they signed, Dante Jackson, which by the way, I have no idea how St-Juste has star dev, like literally no clue. But that's what he had when I loaded this file. So pretty weird, honestly. So I don't know what the hell that's all about. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what we can do in this draft to make the Chargers even better. But probably another weapon at wide receiver wouldn't hurt. Mike Williams is not the same Mike Williams we once knew. And even then, he used to get injured a lot back then. But let's go ahead and see what we got on the board for us to take if we want to take another wide receiver. They also lost Josh Palmer. But we do have to recognize that our defensive line needs quite a bit of help too. So I think starting with Derek Harmon would not be a horrible idea. So I think that is where we're going to start. We're going to draft Derek Harmon here in round 1 and get a good start to our D-line. So welcome Derek Harmon to the Los Angeles Chargers. Pretty good start in my opinion. We needed to address the defensive line. So that's going to really get things going. And I might low-key still go trade for Tart wherever he went. I have no idea where he would have signed at. But might go get him still. And that would, obviously make our D-line better with him on there too. Okay. At least depth-wise. So Isaiah Bond in round 2 sounds like a pretty good idea. So I do think that's where we'll go with this one. We could also take Deion Walker out of Kentucky. I wouldn't hate that. But I do think I'm going to take Isaiah Bond out of Texas. So Isaiah Bond is going to be our brand new weapon for Justin Herbert. I think we need another guy opposite of Vlad McConkey. So Isaiah Bond plugs right in that role. 43 in true value, dropped to 54. 98 speed, which is awesome. So that's going to be very helpful to this offense. You really can't go wrong with that. So Isaiah Bond, welcome. I know Jim Harbaugh's pretty familiar with him. And then at pick 86, probably going to go D-line here again if possible. So at pick 86, we got Jackson Dart, Ollie Gordon, Marshall, Capehart, or we could take Stackhouse. We could take one of the D tackles here. So I think we can look at Devontae Capehart. B power moves, B block shedding. Got speed is decent. F play recognition. So that kind of is immediate red flag right there off the bat. And then let's go to what was the other guy? It was Stackhouse, right? So we looked at Capehart already. Let's look at Stackhouse now. So B block shedding, B power moves, B tackle, F and S moves, but speed is marginal. I guess we'll take Stackhouse here and move him to one of the in spots, and that'll be, wow, what a horrible pick. Normal dev. So probably won't be anything other than depth. So we probably just threw a round 3 pick away. So I will take full accountability for that. It's all good. It's only the first off season, so I'll make up for it later. And we'll probably get Tart back on the team as well. We can take a look at the lineup altogether going into year number 1. So going into year number 1, we have an 81 overall, 83 offense, 80 overall defense. We were opened up against our fellow division rival week 1 against the Raiders, but here is your lineup. So offensively, things, whoops, I didn't mean to click Mike Williams. I meant to click generate best lineup, but offensively, things look pretty solid for the most part. Let's take a look. So Najee Harris, of course, is the starting running back. They also drafted Cam Scatterboo, which is interesting. McConkey, Quentin Johnson, Mike Williams, Isaiah Bond, Disley, Conklin, Joe All. I think Disley's probably better than, Conklin is probably better than Disley, so we can move that around. Here's your offensive line. Obviously, the tackles are amazing, so we don't have to worry about that throughout the video. You got Elijah Molden, Derwin James. We got Stackhouse down to a 61. Now, he was a 68 overall at D tackle, so I guess I should have left him there, but whatever. Still, St. Juice. You also have Hart and then Dante Jackson. So solid on the defensive side of the football. And then obviously offensively, I want to look to see if Isaiah Bond's getting reps right away. So they have Ladd McConkey in the slot, which I do agree with, obviously. And I'm going to throw Isaiah Bond, I think, probably at the wide receiver 2 spot, maybe. Something like, or yeah, number 2 spot. So it'll be McConkey, Isaiah Bond, and Mike Williams, of course, getting all the reps there. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how year 1 goes. I'm not even gonna mess with the playbooks just yet. I wanted to see how year 1 goes before I do any of that. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 1, and we'll see how this Chargers team does after the new additions they've had this offseason. So at the end of the season, without me touching anything, we finished up. Well, I guess I did make the draft happen, but at the end of the season, we went 8-9. We could have gone 9-8, but we lost to the Commanders in week 18. I don't know if that would have changed anything. Would we have made the playoffs? No, it looks like 10-7 got you in. So it looks like regardless of what happened in week 18, we would not have made the playoffs. Now, I did see a lot of McConkey had a great year, which is awesome. So offensively, we were 8th in the NFL. So immediately, I'm noticing our playbook on offense maybe ain't the problem. It's mainly probably our offense, our defensive playbook. So Herbert was good. Najee Harris was really good too, honestly. McConkey, 19 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. We love that. Isaiah Bond with 8 in his rookie season. Mike Williams with 403 touchdowns. Sacks wise, you had 6.5 from Thule, 5 from Khalil Mack, 2.5 from Tart, and then 5 interceptions from Henley, 4 from Derwin James, 3 from St. Juice, 2 from Alohi. I don't know if I'm saying that first name correctly. And then Molden and Dante Jackson also chipped in 2 as well. So I think obviously the defense is definitely the main concern going into next season. Our offense seemed to be a top 10 offense. Ladd McConkey and Herbert were really good together. Even Najee Harris was good too. So I think re-signing Najee will be important, and then yeah, keeping the offense intact and then attacking the defense and making those upgrades, because Khalil Mack might leave us this offseason, so I have to get a new pass rusher. But we're going in, it looks like, with about $161 million in cap space, which is pretty interesting because obviously we're paying Justin Herbert already. So I imagine there's a lot of free agents to worry about here that are important. So let's see who that all might be. So to start things off, we have Rashawn Slater, which, yep, that's big. Zion Johnson, probably. Najee, who just got up superstar dev, yeah. And then St. Juice, Dante Jackson, Khalil Mack. So Khalil Mack is not retiring yet. Actually, that's true, because I actually reduced his age by 2 so he would stop retiring, because there was a moment where I did all the updates that, the Chargers did, and then I realized Khalil Mack retired, so I had to restart. So obviously, Rashawn Slater is a no-brainer. You got to keep your left tackle to protect Justin Herbert, so that'll be done. Zion Johnson didn't accept his 5th-year option last year. I don't know if the Chargers have done that either in real life, but I'm going to keep him now, only 26 years old. Najee, I think, based off what he brought last year, I do think you keep him. Even though you drafted Cam Scatterboo, I think Najee was so good that we got to keep him around. Decent depth of free safety, so I'm cool with keeping him as well. He is star dev. Elijah Molden was only normal dev, so we can take that. And then, do we bring, yeah, we can bring Khalil Mack back as well. So let's do that. So Khalil Mack come back on a 2-year deal. May not play out that entirety of his contract, but I think we can let the rest of these guys go. So that gives us about $90 million still to work with. So fingers crossed there's some good free agents to attack, because we really need to be able to do that. I think on offense, we're going to need another wide receiver with Mike Williams gone and Quentin Johnston gone too. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what our offense is looking like now. So obviously the 2 guys remaining are, I guess you have Jalen Reagor, or no, Johnston still has another year in his deal. So we could we could go into this season with Quentin Johnston as well on his 3rd, or not on a 5th-year option. See if he, steps up, and maybe we can kind of discuss a future. But Conklin also went to superstar dev, which I didn't notice. So that's cool too. So offensive line, honestly, I might not touch anything on offense, because we have Quentin Johnston still as an option here. So you'd have to hope in his 4th season he can finally catch the damn football. So we'll keep him. Defensively, Henley went up superstar dev. Harmon's up to star dev at a 77 overall. Corner, I mean, it's all about the defense in my opinion. So if we can go have a really good free agency class attacking the defense, I think that'd make us a contender as soon as next year. So we'll see if we can do that. So unfortunately for us, this free agency class is nothing special by any means. There is some solid players we can go after, and I have done that where I've offered 5 guys simply on the defensive side of the football. So we're going after Josh Metellus, Zion McCollum, Dax Hill, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Deontay Wyatt. So we'll see if we can get these guys. All of them will be super helpful to our defense. We don't necessarily need a strong safety, but Metellus could potentially be like slot corner for us or something like that. So that is kind of why I'm going after him. He's interested, and he's one of the best players in this free agency class, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and see if we get 5 of 5 or 4 of the 5, and we get 4 of the 5. So Malcolm Rodriguez did not choose us, which if I would have gotten Malcolm Rodriguez, I would have moved him into middle linebacker anyway, but we didn't get him. So middle linebacker instead. Bernard shouldn't be here because he signed an extension with the Bills, but he is by far and away the best free agent here as far as middle linebacker, and he's very interested in coming to the Chargers. So even though this would never happen, screw it. For the last one of us potentially doing this, I'm going to sign Terrell Bernard if he chooses to sign with us, and we're going to pretend the Bills cut him for whatever reason. I don't know why they would have, but they did. That is what happened, and now he's a Charger. So that addresses 5 positions on the offensive side of the football, which is great. None of them are anything amazing or exciting, but they're all solid starters, and we needed that in the worst way possible. And Deontay Wyatt, not to mention, has superstar dev, so at least there's that too. But that makes our defense better. Still need to get more, I think, but I will take it at the end of the day because we have now Bernard, Tooley. We'll move Deontay Wyatt or Harmon to one of these left and or right end spots. Still think we could use a corner 1, or we could even move Josh Metellus to free safety, although we have depth there too. So I feel like we need a cornerback 1 preferably, and obviously we need another end. So I guess I could get aggressive and make a trade for a corner, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. So I'm not making trades just yet. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and draft, and we have the 14th overall pick. So I'm looking for D-line help, clearly, and a corner 1. I don't know if we'll get that in this draft, but we should be able to get something. So we have TJ Parker. We have Spencer Fanu, which TJ Parker probably would be a good pick. Anthony Hill would be cool too, but we just signed, obviously. And we could take Barbaco Traore, but Parker weighs a little bit more, so I do think we're going to go with him. So TJ Parker's going to be drafted here. He's going to start, obviously, immediately. So welcome to the Chargers, TJ Parker. Very happy to have you. 61 true value, dropped in 14. That gives us another start. So now you have Harmon, Parker, and Deontay Wyatt on the D-line. So that makes our D-line much better than what we saw at the very beginning. And now in round 2, I want to see if there's a potential good corner to take, but I also wouldn't be opposed to trying to trade for one as well. Although I did say DJ Hicks still on the board, which would be awesome. That would make I think I've drafted him quite a bit, though, that I might stay away from that today. Let's see if there's any good corners. I really want a number 1 corner. We don't have anything close to that. So we have McCoy, Pons, or Pons is 170 pounds. Let me see if I can trade for one, honestly. So I'm hoping to get like, I don't know. We'll see. So let's take a look at what potential player we could potentially trade for at corner if I can find the way to do it. Okay, there we go. Even if I would trade my first next year if we have to, because after what we saw, we need to get Justin Herbert some success in the playoffs, man. He just hasn't had it yet. So Christian Benford for the Bills, Surtain obviously be really hard to pull off. Denzel Ward is interesting because I feel like there is an opening for the Browns to maybe eventually trade him away. So I don't hate the idea of that. Jamel Dean, Tremy Duffy would obviously be awesome. Marshawn Lattimore. The Commanders just got him, so probably not going to do that. Terrell from the Falcons would be interesting. I just don't know if they would trade him at 27 years old. But I'm going to try. 6'1". I'm going to see what they would say to this. So let's offer our second round pick. I just want to see how close this trade gets. So not really a conversation yet. Let's see if we did our second next year too. Do I have to trade? I would be fine with trading my first also next year, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. We're getting AJ Terrell. I mean, that's just going to make our secondary that much better. And that's still not quite an accepted trade, though. I guess I'll throw my third in here. I mean, we're getting AJ Terrell, and it is agreed. So AJ Terrell is now a Los Angeles Charger. So we just mortgaged our draft, obviously. But like I said, man, I'm trying to get Justin Herbert in the playoffs again, and this time have him win a damn game because he hasn't had that in his career yet. So here's the lineup going into year number 2. Obviously, offense pretty much stayed the same. We didn't address it at all. It looks like they might have drafted us a guard in the 5th or 4th round or whatever. But Isaiah Bond, Ladd McConkey, Najee Harris, this all remains the same basically. Defensively is where we made all the changes. We have Parker, we have Harmon, we have Deontay Wyatt, we have AJ Terrell, Zion McCollum. Still have Dax Hill as well. Josh Metellus, they drafted us a hidden dev linebacker as well. Obviously added Terrell Bernard. So you'd have to assume this defense got better finally, or I guess not finally, we're only in the 2nd season, but I'm hoping this defense is going to be really good next year, is the hope anyway. So we'll see if that works out that way. We'll see. I'm going to leave it with Jim Harbaugh's playbooks. I feel like we were pretty good last year in offense, obviously. Defensively, I feel like it was a lack of talent. So if we suck this year defensively, then it might be the playbook, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we're in the playoffs because Herbert needs to be there. So at the end of this season, night and day difference. We go 12-5 as opposed to 8-9. So I have to assume our defense was much better. So that's good. But we'll go take a look at it in just a second. We also won our division and we're the 2nd seed. So we're playing, or I guess we're playing the Buffalo Bills, who are the 7th seed. They only went 9-8. So rushing leaders go to J.T. Barkley and Breece Hall. And here are your player stats. So offensively, 7th in the NFL, pretty similar to what we were last year at 8th. And defensively, fingers crossed, we're much better. 12th. So yeah, it was 9 day. Like I said, we think we were 29th last year. So we'll definitely take that. 39-5 from Justin Herbert. Awesome. 12 touchdowns and 12 yards from Najee Harris. 1,100 yards from Ladd McConkey. 800 from Conklin. Isaiah Bond with 10 touchdowns, 700 yards. Quentin Johnston, Disley, Najee Harris. Not bad. And then defensively, sacks-wise, TJ Parker came in and made an impact right away. Khalil Mack still doing his thing. Tully was great. 4 from Deontay Wyatt, 3 from Harmon, 2.5 from Henley, along with 5 interceptions from Henley as well. What a great season from him. Dax Hill, Derwin James, Terrell. Awesome stuff across the board. Even Josh Metellus had an interception as well. All right. We're playing Josh Allen and the Bills in round 1, although they went 9-8. Obviously, could be a tough matchup, but hopefully record proves to be the strong suit here, and we go on to beat them and head to divisional weekend, but we'll see. So thankfully, we are at home for this one, so we'll see how this goes. So Josh Allen and the Bills, it looked like we're about to start off 7-0, but instead it's 3-0 for them. We go up 7-3, but the Bills will respond with another field goal, and they will take the, 9-7. Okay, so all we got to do is take the lead back here, and we don't. Now it's 4th quarter time. Do we take it? There we go, 9-10. The 2 minutes to 27 seconds left. All we got to do is hang on to the football and we can win, and they're going to kick it 12-10. So another field goal is needed to win this game. So let me see if I can't make that happen for us. We just simply need field goal range. It seems simple enough, but you know, I always find a way to screw things up sometimes. And I'm just going to start off by scrambling. And wow, I actually took a great angle there, and I was able to get out of bounds too. So that worked out very well. And we have Dicker the kicker, so we should be good. As long as, like I said, I'm able to get this where we need it to be. So it probably need like, what do we need? Okay, we need about 10 or 15 more yards, it looks like. So let's see if we can't get that. We got to be very careful. Obviously, we do not have a timeout. So I'm just going to get Najee Harris out of bounds again, 2nd and 2. Herbert's only thrown for 78 yards, which is a little interesting. A little surprised by that. But let's keep going with the level sail because I like that we have the option to just throw this underneath to Najee Harris. Or even, you know what? I'm also going to throw Isaiah Bond on a go just to see what the Bills might do to that. Or we can even give Conklin a chance at getting out of bounds. But, oh, wow, he got out of bounds. Or did he? What a dot by Herbert, by the way. I thought that was about to be intercepted. Damn. So we're in field goal range, it looks like. And that was out of bounds, too. So we don't need to screw this up. We just need to, obviously, either put this in the end zone or just throw this away. And Ladd McConkey just beat his man, and we'll take that. So, did I need to score a touchdown there? No, not necessarily, but the route that Ladd McConkey just did, and we win. Okay, 17-12. I was about to say, as long as the Bills don't score in 37 or 30 seconds, we're good. But we beat them. Moving on. Justin Herbert, very accurate with the football here, and we'll be seeing who we're playing in divisional weekend. And now we get to play our fellow division rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs come into LA, so we don't have to go to Arrowhead. I don't even think these teams have ever matched up in the playoffs anyway. So there's their first time, or I mean, I'm not saying it ever, but like obviously recently. I don't feel like Herbert's ever played the Chiefs in the playoffs because he's been there twice. He played the Jaguars and blew the big lead, and then obviously just played the Texans. So I think that's the only 2 times Herbert's been in. We go down 7-0, and okay, so We get a stop, and now we'll tie it 7-7. Get another stop on defense. Can we go score here? There we go, 14-7. Things are looking up, but the Chiefs could always get back in it, but we'll score again. Only a field goal, though. And the Chiefs get stopped on the 4th down. That's big. And it looks like we'll never let them get the ball back, and we'll beat the Chiefs in the divisional weekend as well, so I didn't even have to jump in either, which is even more better. And now we're going to go to the AFC Championship, more than likely to play Jim Harbaugh's brother, John Harbaugh, in Baltimore. So I always get them confused, but I think I just said that correctly. So I will see you guys in the AFC Championship, where ultimately, inevitably, I think it will probably be the Baltimore Ravens if I had to guess. And as expected, it is in fact the Ravens. So we got the Harbaugh Bowl here in the AFC Championship. So let's see how this is going to go as we start off with the Rock. And we will go down, or just kidding, they didn't score. So I don't know why I was about, we threw a big interception, it looked like there. And now it's 14-0, but we can get back in at 7-14. Okay, we got to just tie it on this possession. We're back in the game. We don't. All right, so we get a massive stop, and we're about to be in the 4th quarter, so I do think I'm going to jump in here and see if we can't go tie this game really quickly, because I feel like if we don't score here, this game is over, and that is a no bueno, basically, because I want to win this game here. So let's see if we can't. I'm going to just start off here with a simple dump to whoever the hell that is. Yeah, what was that name? That was a dope name, by the way. I've never seen that before. Don't know who that was, but that takes us to the 4th quarter. Now, this is only going to be the tie of the game, so I have to keep that in mind. We're not about to go win the game here necessarily, because there's still plenty of time for the Ravens to respond. We're not going to be going for 2 or anything. But if Ladd McConkey can bird his man, Gadsden, I don't know who that is. Interesting. That's a nice name, though. And he is open for a nice. I honestly got a little nervous there because thought 32 was going to be able to make a play on it, but he was not. It was a good thrown football again by Herbert. Need to get Najee in the end zone. Very familiar with the Ravens, obviously, by being in the same division with them. And we are going to tie the game, assuming our kicker, which is Cameron Dicker, he'll make it, right? And a big interception from, and we'll go up 21-14. Okay, what a big interception that was. And that is all she wrote. Damn, that turned in the best way possible there at the end. So we went 28-14. It was just 7-14, and we just scored 21 unanswered. That was pretty crazy. But we'll take it, and we'll be moving on to the Super Bowl to play whoever's in front of us. More than likely, it'll be the Eagles. If I had to guess, it always is. Surprise, surprise. It is, in fact, the Philadelphia Eagles here in the Super Bowl as we get to play them with the Chargers. So let's see if we made it all the way here to win or to lose. So we are in Atlanta, I believe, by the looks of this. So let's see if we can't win. And it looked like we had a promising first drive, but we will tie it up 7-7, and they get another score. So it's about to be, okay, 7-14. Need a score here. Okay, same thing. Field position's good, and we will tie it. No, we won't. We'll miss the extra point for some reason. All right, it's 13-21. So at this point, it looks like we need to force overtime. So I've been able to jump in and have success when I've jumped in. So let's see if we can't continue that against the Eagles. I should know how to, play against their defense. I have plenty of practice against them when I jump in the Super Bowl. They're always here. So I'm gonna start off with a run play, and oh my gosh, if Najee had speed, dude, I probably could have hit the edge there, but that was really stupid to run horizontal with Najee. That didn't make any sense. Okay, so that was not a great start to the drive, I'll admit. They brought the pressure, and I was not prepared. So let's try to dig ourselves out of this hole. It's 2nd and 14. Thankfully, we have Ladd McConkey in a zig route. So as long as looks like they're going to cover that well. So we're just going to take Quentin Johnson underneath and gain the negative yards back. So we're back to square one, basically. So let's see. I'm going to go back to the zig again. And let's see. This time, oh my gosh. The Eagles always bring that corner blitz, bro. I should be prepared for it, but they bring it like every time. Or whatever it is. It's always there every time. So Bond is fast enough, though, that I believe in him to hopefully... And we're going to have to try to take it underneath with Conklin, and we'll take that. It was a big first down play. We needed that in the worst way possible. If we would have obviously taken the sack there, it would have been game over. But again, they're always... Oh my gosh. I swear. I can't even get rid of it. They're always getting... Who's Ransom? Ransom is just... I don't know. He's killing me right now. So he's just beating whoever. And again, Conklin's just going to be open. So... Conklin's our best friend right now, and Cesar Gardner-Johnson, who's not even on the Eagles, gets to tackle. So, man, let's not take another sack, though, if we can avoid it, please. All right, so they have been getting some crazy pressure against me. And they're going to leave Isaiah Bond wide open as long as this is a good throw. And it is. Touchdown. Okay, so W. Probably could have bulleted that almost, but let's, if we didn't miss the extra point earlier, we wouldn't even be in this position. So let's just, you know, tie the game. So we're still in position to, okay, so they have, okay, you know what? I might actually just run this football. Let's see if I can't just get in it by running it. And we will. So I'm about to say, based off that defensive coverage, I'm just going to audible to a run. All right, this might be going overtime. The Eagles will force overtime, and we have the football here. So we need to score here. So let's see if we can't get back in scoring position again. And then I'm not going to play action against them. We're going to run it. Let's just run this ball to see what the Eagles do. So 21-21 in the Super Bowl. Overtime is... oh my gosh. Like I said, man, if I had a running back with speed, that maybe could have gone a long way there. All right. Red zone scissors. Let's see if we can't dice them up with Najee Harris. For whatever reason, I feel like the running back always gets open on this play, and he's there again. I don't know why, but the running back always gets free every time. And we're going to be in great position. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left. All right. Let's give the ball back to Najee. Weirdly enough, Najee's been like my best friend, I feels like, in these times I've jumped in. I've really gone to him a lot. So he's going to get 5 there for us, and we'll continue to probably just run the football down their throats. They're tired. Their defense has been on the field. And all right, that didn't gain anything. 3rd and 5. All right. So I don't think settling for a field goal is a great idea. So we need to clearly get a first down. And I'm seeing another huge hole on the left side. I'm taking it. So yeah, they're going to allow Najee to run free. I'm going to take it, and that's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 10. I don't think... let's do Z-spot goal line. Let's see what this can do for us. So Lad McConkey, actually, who's our running? Is that Scattaboo in right now? Do I give Scattaboo an opportunity? No, let's just see what they do. Lad McConkey is open. Touchdown. But I might go for 2 here because... if the Eagles do, which I could be setting myself for failure here if I do this, but I think this is going to be in our best interest to try to just win this game here right now. So let's go for 2. This time, I feel like the coverage works out for one of our throws to be open. Bond is there, and we will take the 2. Okay, so we just need our defense to stop, and we're Super Bowl champions. That's all we're asking for at this point. So let's see if we get the stop we're looking for, and the Eagles will get stopped, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. Year number 2 Super Bowl is down the hatch, and we bring Justin Herbert to the bowl after obviously real life playoff success has not been there. But we get it done here in Madden, and that was executed extremely well. So going for 2 there, I think put the pressure. I mean, they didn't even score a touchdown, so maybe we didn't even need to. But still, I'll take it. I'm going to end it off on that note, guys. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.